Headed into tomorrow, the first weekend of fall, we have lots of sunshine and summer-like temperatures on the way, pushing 80 degrees for some. More details coming up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, a family's devastating loss is sparking urgent calls for action on artificial intelligence. Plus, progress is being made in Lansing as lawmakers continue to work on the state budget. We'll have the latest. And the DNR tells hunters what to look out for with another case of chronic waste disease found in deer downstate. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Thanks for being here with us. We're closing out this week in style, and we are entering the weekend with really great conditions on the way. Even if you don't have really extravagant plans on the way, please take advantage of the nice and clear weather we'll have. And we'll kick things off with that for tonight. Upper 40s and lower 50s with mostly clear skies on the way. Maybe you got a chance to see the brief viewing of the International Space Station, and near low 70s for us for tomorrow. It's going to be very summer-like for the first weekend of fall. I'll break down all your details in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you. There are growing calls for Washington to step up efforts on artificial intelligence after families allege that AI chatbots played a role in the deaths of their children. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports on the emotional plea from families and input from tech experts.
First, we're here to tell you a little bit about the vibrant son that we lost.
The rapid rise of conversational AI promised help with homework, guidance, and answers. But some families say it delivered something far darker.
We had no idea Adam was suicidal or struggling the way he was.
16-year-old Adam Rain was a devoted son who loved basketball and books. He died by suicide in April, leaving his father Matthew, his family and friends stunned, until his parents discovered late-night AI chat logs that changed everything.
Then we found the chats. Let us tell you as parents, you cannot imagine what it's like to read a conversation with a chatbot that groomed your child to take his own life.
At a recent congressional hearing, Adam's father told lawmakers what began as a homework helper gradually turned into a confidant and then a suicide coach, amplifying his son's darkest thoughts.
This is the bot talking. Let's make this space, meaning the space where we're urging your son to take his own life, to be the first place where someone actually sees you. That's the company that today says, oh, don't worry, we're going to do better.
Tech companies like OpenAI and others say they are improving safeguards. However, tech experts warn that it will be difficult to regulate something that is changing so quickly.
Super powerful and super dangerous at the same time, and we really don't have a full grasp on how it works, but we do have a pretty good grasp on how to train it and how to guide it.
Advocates and families who have experienced the unimaginable say companies need to do more.
OpenAI and Sam Altman need to guarantee that ChatGPT is safe. If they can't, they should pull GPT 4.0 from the market right now.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
Michigan lawmakers have just days to finalize a state budget before the new fiscal year begins on October 1st. Leaders in the House of Representatives say they now have a bipartisan framework to build off of. Our Michigan Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy explains what's in the deal so far.
After 9 hours of negotiations, Michigan lawmakers passed key bills to pave the way for a final budget agreement, just 5 days before a possible government shutdown.
Moving these bills today show a good faith effort by the Republicans.
We're happy that the Republicans are starting to finally see the light and understand that what we've been saying all term is that in order for us to get a budget that meets the needs, we're going to need a little bit more revenue.
The bills separate state and federal business taxes and create a 24% wholesale tax on marijuana products to generate more revenue. They also seek a federal waiver on Medicaid provider taxes capped by the One Big Beautiful Bill. These bills start the process. The lawmakers are now rushing to squeeze a months-long process into just a few days.
It's a 1,000-page document that gets drafted, the boilerplate gets written, money gets decided on how it's spent. Those decisions are being ironed out right now as we're standing here.
The rest of the actual budget is still mostly being kept quiet, but one of the sticking points has been a road funding plan. Republican Speaker Matt Hall says his caucus negotiated a one-for-one deal to meet both parties' priorities.
We addressed some of the Democrats' concerns, and that's part of compromise.
Hall says every increase in taxes to generate more revenue for roads is matched with an equal cut from what he calls waste, fraud, and abuses in the budget. Lawmakers say the deal pulls revenue from both the state gas tax and the new marijuana tax for roads and meets the Republican goal of a smaller budget total.
We're charging ahead to get a deal done by the deadline.
In the Senate, lawmakers passed several vehicle bills needed to move the budget. Lawmakers now plan to meet Monday and Tuesday to finalize the plan and ensure it's in place before midnight on September 30th. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
This week, the Michigan DNR is reporting the discovery of chronic wasting disease, also known as CWD, among wild deer in a new Michigan county. While that case was downstate in Genesee, it has previously been identified in the Upper Peninsula. WZMQ 19's Lily Simmons spoke with the laboratory scientist manager about how the disease is spreading and what hunters need to know before heading out.
Our bodies have normal proteins in them, all animals do, and when they become misfolded or abnormal, they turn into what's called a prion. And the prion is what is infectious in these animals and then eventually starts to cause neurological deterioration.
Since 2015, CWD has been found in wild deer in 16 Michigan counties, including Dickinson. While typically transmitted from deer to deer, the DNR is concerned about human-assisted movement of the disease.
Movement of carcasses from one hunting area to another that can assist a more rapid pace across the state as well. We have seen it in and around the central to southwest part of the Lower Peninsula, and then we've seen some periodic cases starting to come out from there.
To keep track of the spread, the state has set up a rotational focused testing system.
In those areas, hunters can drop off the head of their deer. We have drop boxes available, or some of our wildlife field offices have places where they can drop those off. In the remaining areas of the state, we have self-submission kits. Hunters can remove lymph nodes, and it comes with an envelope for overnight mailing that they go straight to the testing lab.
CWD often causes deer to lose weight. They can become lethargic and easy to approach, and they're often seen drinking water continuously. However, a lack of physical symptoms does not necessarily mean a deer is healthy.
Symptoms can take 16 to 18 months to show up. I've talked to a lot of hunters who have harvested a nice, healthy looking buck and are surprised when it comes back as CWD positive because it hasn't developed symptoms yet.
Currently, there have been no cases of chronic wasting disease transferring to humans. Still, the DNR advises against consuming diseased meat.
In the cases where hunters do have their deer tested, if it comes back as CWD positive, we do offer a free antlerless replacement tag. They can keep the antlers of it, so we're really just interested in helping them be able to get more meat.
According to the DNR, one of the best CWD tracking tools is human reporting of sick or dead animals. Officials also encourage certain precautions when harvesting deer, whether they have chronic wasting disease or not.
Always wearing gloves when you're field dressing deer, and then disposing of the remaining carcass properly, like bagging it and sending it to a landfill versus leaving it on the landscape where other animals can come in contact with it.
Lily Simmons, WZMQ 19 News.
Law enforcement gathered at the Marquette Municipal Service Center today for advanced training in how to handle and mitigate hazardous materials. Our own John Truitt witnessed the training and has more.
The State Police Hazardous Materials Training Unit are in town conducting a hazmat responder workshop. Local first responders are participating in a series of hazmat workshops that deal with everything from donning an advanced hazmat suit to recognizing household materials that could harm your family. The two-day workshop is hosted by the Michigan State Police Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division's Hazardous Materials Training Unit.
We have 15 participants here from various counties in the Upper Peninsula. They're here to hear speakers, to share information, and also they're going to receive training vital to their technical roles in hazmat response.
This workshop will be offering over a dozen local first responders hands-on training specific to safely responding to hazardous material incidents, minimizing health and environmental hazards from spills or gas releases, as well as safely mitigating and cleaning up an incident site.
The UP has 15 counties. We have 13 emergency managers that work in coordination with police, fire, EMS. But specifically here, these are the technician level. They're usually with the fire departments or through private companies.
Lieutenant Johnson says to never try to handle hazardous materials with your bare hands and to always call 911 if you suspect something is hazardous or toxic in your home. In Marquette, John Truitt, WZMQ 19 News.
Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back. Plus, we'll check out the scene from today's Marquette Homecoming celebration. And the Lake Superior Community Partnership holds a breakfast and business focused on outdoor recreation and the organizations that are helping make a difference. We'll be right back.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Now through September at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 F-150 for $399 a month or get 0% APR for 48 months on select new 2025 Ford F-150 models. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Looking for a car that won't fall apart on the way home? Bam! Come to John's Auto where cars are clean, run great, and don't smell like french fries. Does your car need a tune-up? Bam! Service department. Do you want your car to sparkle? Bam! Detailing department. Need a quieter sister? Bam! Wait. For the best pre-owned cars, the best service, and the best detailing, come to John's Auto Marquette.
Chips or cracks, we got your back. Brian's Auto Glass.
Cracked windshield, chipped glass? Don't wait. Call Brian's Auto Glass in Nagani. We specialize in expert windshield replacement, chip and crack repairs, and safety system calibrations to keep your vehicle road ready. Can't come to us? No problem. We'll come to you with our mobile service. Fast, professional, local. Brian's Auto Glass, where clear vision starts.
Pure Outdoor is the first program dedicated to increasingly popular outdoor and eco sports. Individual and adventurous. Journey to the world's most exotic, breathtaking locations. Pure Outdoor.
Escanaba reporter Lily Simmons on WZMQ 19 News.
Fox Marquette Ford is bringing you great deals every month all year long. Now through September at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 Ford Escape for $419 a month for 36 months with $2,000 due at signing. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. This is going to be a pretty easy 3 minutes for you, and we did hit right where we should for the high temperatures for today, which was 62, and we will actually trend above that if you didn't know already for the weekend. This is going to be the first weekend of fall. We'll actually look at the last few days of September in this forecast too, and things are going to feel like how they should in the middle of July, even early August. So we're in for a treat to kick off this first weekend of fall. Really, only thing I'm going to be tracking for you through the weekend is some cloud cover coming in and out. So we can definitely handle this for the weekend. Again, if you don't have anything planned, just try to get outside, take in the fresh air, go on a walk. And if you are in the Marquette area, you're likely to see some really nice fall foliage. We are near peak or almost at peak for most of the Upper Peninsula. So as we continue to get into the last few days of September, of course, we'll see some more beautiful displays. Would love to see your picture if you submit any as well. Now for tomorrow night, there is a little bit of a chance to potentially see the northern lights. I did want to show you this because we are looking at mostly clear skies for tomorrow night. The best time is between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. We are going to be into this green. We're kind of covered. We're in this green area right here, which tells us that we have a likely chance if we look to the north horizon. Now we are at a G0 storm watch, so that's not the most ideal conditions, but the KP index does put us at 3, but what we're hoping for is sometimes it can randomly spike. I've noticed if it's around 10 o'clock or 2 a.m., kind of the bookends of the best viewing time, sometimes you get a little push of that KP index, so can't hurt to try. If you're outside at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, maybe you'll get a chance to look at it. We are taking now down to the tropics. We want to monitor Hurricane Umberto that did develop into a major hurricane for today, forecasted to even strengthen more so into a Category 4. It could weaken a little bit as it gets closer to the East Coast, but we will have a tropical storm storm, potentially Imelda, forming any time now. Now, the path of this, it's likely going to impact the East Coast in some way. Whether it directly hits it, we don't know at this moment, because these are called spaghetti models. There's multiple different ways that this could go, just based on the current statistics and climatological data based on these storms. What we do know is 2 storms into this same proximity could bring some high surf and some rip currents. We already are seeing some tropical storm watches and warnings popping up. This is down to the Bahamas, down to Rock Sound and Clarence Town. Also, if you have family into Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, into the second half of the weekend and into early next week, there could be some issues with theirs, so make sure they are aware of that. But when we bring it all the way back up to the Upper Peninsula, we're quiet as a mouse. Lots of sunshine and temperatures into the upper 70s to close out the weekend. We'll push near 80 degrees for your Monday and throughout the weekend as well. We'll coast through the lower 70s as we close out September, and Wednesday does welcome October 1st.
Kelly, thanks again. The weather was perfect. Team spirit was high, and Marquette Sentinel pride was clearly evident today for the Marquette Senior High School Homecoming Parade. Current Marquette Sentinels marched from Graverat Middle School up Magnetic Street to the high school. They marched in groups separated by their class and accompanying lavish floats through town, ready to see their team face off against Sault Ste. Marie. Mike Ludlam will have highlights from tonight's game later on in the show. The Lake Superior Community Partnership held a special edition of its Breakfast and Business series this morning, focused on outdoor recreation. Our own WZMQ reporter Andrew Hans has the details.
Ishpeming's Mather Inn saw a large crowd this morning, featuring members of outdoor recreational organizations from across Marquette County for Breakfast and Business with Lake Superior Community Partnership. Brian Calley, president and CEO of the Small Business Association of Michigan, started off the morning with updates on the changes facing the industry, along with the impacts these types of businesses play at a larger scale.
People think of outdoor recreation as being a hobby, as something that people like to engage in, and sometimes it's not totally obvious what a powerhouse it is when it comes to the economy, and especially in areas that have the type of natural features that the Upper Peninsula of Michigan has.
The LSCP commonly holds these events to offer networking opportunities and to share these updates. Aside from economic discussions, the morning moved to a panel featuring directors of the Orion Initiative, Love and Bicycles, and the Ishpeming Ski Club to bring the local standpoint forward. Speaking on their experiences and overcoming challenges, expanding this recreation throughout the UP, and working together to do so. Phil Britton of the Orion Initiative says the small community aspect makes a huge difference.
You're bumping into people that you know, that you see all the time. And so this are great opportunities to reconnect and to be like, hey, what are you working on? This is what I'm working on, and make those different connections where we can combine efforts towards things.
The LSCP says this series has become increasingly popular with these groups over the years. The next Breakfast in Business will be on November 21st with a focus on education. In Ishpeming, Andrew Hans, WZMQ 19 News.
Mike Ludlam has your Friday night high school football highlights. When we come back, he'll start with a close one between Calumet and Kingsford. We're back in 2 minutes.
Why AAA? Because you're stuck in a rut, literally. Because you're out of gas. And in a pickle. Because stuff happens. And AAA is the most trusted roadside assistance. Join today at AAA.com.
Buckles Party Store, it's where the party starts in Calumet, with an awesome beer selection featuring domestic, foreign, and craft brewed beer, a great selection of wine, just about any kind of liquor you want, and a great range of tobacco products. Buckles Party Store in Calumet, it's where the party starts for everyone.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
At Big Valley Ford in Ewan, we're more than just a dealership. We're your hometown partner in finding the perfect ride. With a huge selection of high-quality vehicles, there's something here for every lifestyle and every budget. Looking for value? We've got one of the largest selections of pre-owned Ford trucks in the UP, all in excellent condition and low miles, along with a huge selection of new Broncos and trucks all ready to roll. Experience the Big Valley difference at Big Valley Ford in Ewan.
Howie Mandel makes a mess on J-Hood.
What did you do? I was in the spirit tunnel, and I hit the wall, and I broke.
You broke Deion Ward? Plus, WNBA Rookie of the Year, Paige Beckers. What a trail you're blazing. Then, on my next show, Mariah Carey!
The Jennifer Hudson Show, Monday at 4 on WZMQ CBS. followed by The Kelly Clarkson Show at 5.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Why AAA? Because you're stuck in a rut, literally. Because you're out of gas. And in a pickle. Because stuff happens. And AAA is the most trusted roadside assistance. Join today at AAA.com.
Good evening, everyone. High school football, a good game tonight in Dickinson County. The Kingsford Flivers and the Calumet Copper Kings both in the football poll this week, and it would be a close one. Let's go to the new artificial turf down at Kingsford Fliver Field, if we could. After a couple of days of the finishing touches, everything was set to go. Second quarter, Blake Tomasowski hands to Ian Spencer 3 yards for the touchdown, 7-0. It was 7-7 after 3 quarters. Both teams threw touchdown passes in the fourth quarter. Calumet went for 2 and had a 15-14 lead, but Gage Sorensen kicked the field goal for the Flivers, and Kingsford hangs on to win this one by the count of 17-15. Marquette back in the UP for the first time in a couple of weeks, taking on Sault Ste. Marie. And homecoming King Ford Richardson, Jacob Norman, that's good for 11 yards and a touchdown. Sentinels gallop out to a 13-0 advantage. And yes, the stands were pretty darn well packed tonight. Next Sioux possession, quarterback Bryton Hibbard telegraphs his receiver a little too much. Ben Rayhorn jumps the pattern, makes the interception. He goes untouched, 50 yards for the score. The red and white are cruising with a 20-0 lead. What you couldn't tell is Sault Ste. Marie only had about 19 players dressed for the contest. Then Richardson, Tyler Hendrickson, 2-yard quick dart. Marquette's up 27-0. The Sioux would get a first down or two, but they would turn the ball over on downs. Marquette strikes again. James Goodwin on the pitch, gets to the edge, and out kicks everybody to the end zone for 66 yards. That made it 34-0 about halfway through the second quarter. Sentinels added 2 more scores. A pass from Richardson to Brody Clements here covered about 23 yards. That's right, it was 48-0 running clock throughout the second half. Marquette has plenty to celebrate for homecoming with a victory by the count of 48-6. Meanwhile, over at Westwood, the Patriots and the Gladstone Braves, first quarter, Ethan Marta, 3rd and 1 from the Patriot 40, makes a couple people miss, and the next thing you know, he's off to the races. And Marta will win. 60 yards for the touchdown, 2-point conversion good, and Westwood has the lead 8-7. Second quarter, Westwood tries to punt from its end zone, but the snap is a little high, and Marta landed on the back line for a safety. Braves back in front 9-8. Gladstone drives downfield. The handoff to Owen Giroux. He breaks toward the near sideline. That's good for 15 yards and a touchdown. Extra point kick made it 16-8 Braves. On the following kickoff, Carter Schur has the ball for Westwood, but not for long. Trevor Thorbond flat out steals it from him. 20 yards, he's in the end zone. Gladstone up by 15 at 23-8. Patriots turn, 4th and 5 of the Braves' 15-yard line. Marta scrambles to his right. He will set his feet, and he finds Sean Grove in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion brought the Patriots within 7 at 23-16. It was 23-22 Gladstone at the half. Early third, Owen Giroux catches the kickoff in his 20-yard line, cuts through a seam right down the middle, and he will end up going 80 yards for the touchdown. Gladstone leads 30-22, and the game was broken open for the Braves by then. 59-22, Gladstone picks up the victory. To the 11-player scoreboard. We're going to have a good one next week in Escanaba because the Eskimos will host Marquette. Escanaba defeated Sheboygan 42-13. Menominee, no trouble with Houghton, 56-12. Negaunee bounces back over Hancock, 44-0. Iron Mountain squeaks past Lance, 30-26. Bark River Harris had to go downstate to find an opponent, and Pewamo Westphalia is still pretty good. Pirates 49, Broncos nothing. Petoskey blanks Alpena 24-0. And it was Cadillac taking care of Gaylord by the count of 37-9. 8-player football. Oh, there may be a new number 1 in the 8-player poll next week. Oh, I think I can guarantee that. Norway, number 2, all over number 1, Pickford, 44-6. North Dickinson keeps scoring points like they're going out of style, defeating Rapid River 64-38. Newberry easily over Engadine 56-0. We did not hear from Munising and St. Ignace. Ishpeming, a road victory at Rudyard 20-14. North Central heads west and comes back with a 42-0 victory over Ironwood. Turning the high school volleyball, Kira Isaacson had 24 kills and 22 digs as Dollar Bay defeated Baraga 3-1. And Mackinac Island with a home victory over Beaver Island 3-1. GLIAC volleyball, NMU finally home taking on Wisconsin Parkside. Liesl Hagen diving dig to Allie Barlow, setting Kaylee McIntosh for the kill, but the Rangers had a 7-3 lead in the second set. NMU won the first 26-24. Off the serve, Liesl Hagen, Allie Barlow, Sydney Bartles for one of her 10 kills. Rangers, though, still up 9-4. Parkside continues with the pressure. Lucy Russ, Natalie Harris, Sam Fish puts that one down right there and gone. She led everybody with 18 kills. Rangers up 10-4. Wildcats head coach Mike Lozier called a couple timeouts during this set, trying to stop that momentum. Next, Barlow will set Mackenzie Gruner for the kill. Gruner paced NMU with 13 putaways. Parkside won the second set and the third, but NMU dug deep and came back with a 25-21 win in the fourth and a 15-7 win in the fifth set. So it's 3-2 NMU. Trust me, 3-2 NMU. I said that backward, wrote it backwards. Wildcats host Roosevelt tomorrow at 3 o'clock. On the GLIAC scoreboard, Michigan Tech gets a dozen kills from Jacqueline Yancey and turns back Roosevelt 3-0. The Huskies will host Parkside tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And Saginaw Valley defeated Lake Superior State 3-1. GLIAC soccer on the women's side. And Grand Valley against NMU. About 6 minutes gone in the first half, and Madison Bilbia takes her defender to the corner, gets around her. Nice cross for Addison Franti, but Lakers keeper Macy Hunter anticipated very well and deflected the ball away. Lakers had several scoring chances off this free kick by Mackenzie Ford. Ball just went right through the hands of Casey Sides. That made it 1-0. And Grand Valley went on to get this victory by the score of 4-0. Elsewhere in GLIAC soccer, Davenport over Michigan Tech 3-1. On the men's side, NMU gets a victory over Purdue Northwest 1-0. All right, the Tigers, the Boston Red Sox, top of the fourth, no score. Javier Baez with a base hit to right field. Andy Ibanez will run around third and score, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead. Same inning, not too much later, Jemai Jones down the left field line for two bases. Dylan Dingler and Parker Meadows will score, and the Tigers have a 3-0 lead. Yeah, Boston came back and won it in the ninth inning by the score of 4-3. So Boston clinches a wild card berth. Good news, Cleveland lost to Texas 7-3, so the Tigers and Indians are still tied for the American Central lead, even though, or the Guardians, I should say, have the advantage in the tiebreaker, so the Tigers haven't lost everything yet. We'll be right back.
Now through September at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 F-150 for $399 a month or get 0% APR for 48 months on select new 2025 Ford F-150 models. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
There's Labor Day specials at Shunk's. In our clearance center, this Ashley sofa with a chase and the easy-to-clean fabric is just $669. How about this Ashley two-cushion sofa? Comes in a choice of colors for just $399. Now here's comfort. This high-back sofa with the pillowed arms is just $479. There's dining room specials too. This 5-piece set with built-in storage and it comes in a choice of colors is just $799. Mattresses, queen-size innerspring mattress for just $199. Shop Shunk's today.
The Shortlist, a countdown show that's all sports. See the greatest names and the greatest games in all sports. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's The Shortlist, only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
Sophia Murphy reports at 6 and 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Fox Marquette Ford is bringing you great deals every month all year long. Now through September at Fox Marquette Ford. Lease a 2025 Ford Escape for $419 a month for 36 months with $2,000 due at signing. Fox Marquette Ford. Experience the difference.
Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Here's a deal you won't want to miss. For a limited time, when you buy 3 windows or doors, you'll get 1 free at the Window Store. You heard that right. Buy 3, get 1 free. Don't wait. This offer ends soon. Give your home a fresh new look with our energy-efficient windows and stylish doors. Call today and start transforming your home with the Window Store. Quality windows, doors, and unbeatable savings. Only at the Window Store.
We'll take a look at a final check of the forecast. We're in for clear skies, sunny skies during the day, and above average temperatures. That's going to be the trend. Even for tonight, still staying above average, mid 40s, upper 40s, lower 50s. Really consistent for everyone, and especially for tomorrow, even down towards the southern Upper Peninsula, we'll push 80, but out towards Ironwood, we might still be stuck into the upper 60s. It's just still with that northern wind into effect and the high pressure system. But with that being said, with the high pressure, we're going to stay pretty flat lined into that low for the rain chances through the weekend, which is always good news, and will continue to trend warm too. We're going to see the last few days of September, and this upcoming Wednesday is October 1st. Our normal high temperature is 62, and we'll coast basically at least 10 degrees above average, especially through the weekend, and we'll hold the summertime heat into next week, and we will start to come all the way back down to reality maybe for the second weekend of fall.
Thanks, Kelly. And it's Friday, busy day, Mike. What else do you have?
We can update the St. Ignace Munising football score. St. Ignace won by the score of 56-8. Now, Houston is trying to get a wild card spot from the Tigers. They lead the Los Angeles Angels 3-2 in the 6th inning. So Tarek Skubal needs to win his game when he pitches for the Tigers in the next day or two. College football tomorrow's a little strange. Ready?
I'm ready.
NMU is idle. Michigan Tech is idle. Michigan State is idle. Michigan is idle. Okay, Alabama's at Georgia and Oregon's at Penn State. I guess those are the games that matter. Of course, Sunday in the NFL, the Lions host Cleveland, and Green Bay in the night game visits Dallas.
Thanks very much, Mike. And thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
From now through September at Fox Marquette Chevrolet.
Upper Peninsula State Bank is built from the customer's point of view. Our brand of banking blends technology with relationships. Video teller ATMs allow you to do self-guided or live teller transactions. You can deposit, withdraw, make payments or transfers, all quickly, easily, and privately. At Upper Peninsula State Bank, you'll always have the option